Oh, oh, oh my god. That was the strangest dream. Apparently she was having one too. Jesus. Alright. Well, let's keep going. Oh, hey, it's Bogart. I guess he got out in one piece. Yeah, it was that... Yeah, I can't seem to get it out of my head. Jeez. Oh, well, just take the blame on yourself, girlie. Jeez. You can't blame yourself for something like that. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to take on an entire army. Dark Lord kind of has that perspective, and look how he turned out. Bogart's a little bit blunt with what he's saying, but I think it's appreciated on Elena's end. After you click New Game, you can name the character before you start that opening scene. I named Elena there. I just cut that out because it took a little too long. You can't handle the truth! Well, apparently we can. See, here's the screen essentially that you'll get when you're naming the character, except if you're playing as the heroine's on the other side, and the text is where the hero's picture is now. So, the hero, his name is Duke. Duke and Elena. Indeed, Duke. I guess he knew Duke. Oh. I guess he knew the consul then. Really? Well, no kidding. I mean, you guys did run out of the estate, but then again, that was kind of 10 years ago, so it's kind of difficult to remember, but... Oh well. I wonder how exactly Bogart got out. He said he didn't see how it all ended, but it seemed like he was... If he was at the estate, he'd be right in the middle of it, wouldn't he? Oh well, I guess we'll find out eventually. Or not, I don't know. But, for now, we have to leave the past behind in this little house here. And we have to find the Mana Clan. So, let's go find the Mana Clan. But, Bogart's not coming with us? Apparently he has some errands to run. So, he's gonna go run errands, and we're gonna go find the Mana Clan. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Yes, I know how to use No, I don't. Jeez. Just tell me. Okay. The R button. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Simple enough. Sit down and rest if you run an MP, and you can do that by pressing A and L at the same time. Those are two very important skills that we will have to master in order to get through the game. And yes, I did know how to use magic before this. I just wanted to show the whole tutorial for anybody who might be wanting to play along with me. Oh, he's going all the way to the castle, huh? Well, we'll just head to the nearest town, and then we'll meet up with him there. Okay, we're in full control now. If you hold the B button, you can run. You can just walk by moving the control pad, or in my case, the control stick. I have the L and R buttons set to different buttons on my controller. Like I have, see, they're set to X and Y respectively, because it's a little bit easier for me. So like Bogart was saying, this is a mana statue. You can save your progress here. Now, as you can see, it's a grayish silver statue, and it doesn't have the head there. These are my test files, don't worry about these. This one you can only save at. There's another type of mana statue, it's a golden one, where the head is still on, and it's not in, like, ruined shape, and it doesn't have, like, crumbled pieces next to it. Where you can take that, and you can... it will recover your HP and MP to full, and it will also let you save your progress. Now, the heroine starts out the game with the staff as her weapon. She also has a light spirit, Wisp, which, well, you'll see when we get to the hero, but he doesn't have Wisp when he starts out. This makes the heroine a little bit better for support-wise, at least in the beginning, because she doesn't have to worry about healing too much because she can just heal herself. Now, we are now on the adventure field, and there's enemies up there. I'll show you that in a second. Here's a sign. Danger, waterfall head. No shit. Okay. These enemies are Rabbites. They're the most basic enemy in the game. I don't know their weaknesses. All I know is that they're ridiculously easy to kill, so you shouldn't have a problem. Let's find some more Rabbites. Rabbites. You can cut this grass if you have a slash trait weapon, but the heroine doesn't get one of those for a long time, so I'm not worried about it. Oops. Still gotta get used to playing this game again. I haven't played it since the test plays, which was probably a month ago. So that's this map screen, and if you wait around on the map screen long enough, the enemies will respawn and you'll be able to kill them again. Now you can see the Rabbi just tried to kill me with, or well, bite me with an attack there, but it didn't get to me fast enough. I'm gonna kill these guys. Ow. Jumped right over your bite there. Well, they're not really dropping anything, but enemies will drop treasure chests sometimes. It always drops out of the last enemy you kill on the screen, if that enemy would have a treasure chest when you killed it. Like, the enemies are randomly assigned treasure chests when they spawn on the map, and if you kill the right one, you get a treasure chest, and it has stuff in it. There's a bunch of different items that the enemies can drop. Cave off limits. I don't think we can... Nope, can't get up the ledge yet. We'll worry about that later. Did you see how the numbers were gigantic there compared to what they normally were? Well, that's because I got a critical hit. Now, a critical hit deals double damage, and it also stuns the enemy momentarily. To get automatic critical hits, you see how my bar is full down there? And now I'm swinging this weapon around like crazy? Well, when the bar down there below my HP and MP is full, you can execute what's called a death blow. Now, a death blow will automatically inflict a critical hit as long as the weapon is hitting the enemy. So if I run up to the enemy and go like this, death blow. Treasure chest. Gumdrop. Let's move on. Now, I want to get to the next town, and at some point during the morning... Oh, my staff leveled up. Cool. When your weapons level up, you get an extra point of damage added on. It's like 1 or 2 extra points, but it's worth it to level them up, because then you can get more damage done. Not going to really go through the menu yet, because there isn't too much to do in the menu, but here's the level 1 stats that the heroine has. I want to get to the next town during the morning, so I'm going to be running back and forth between screens here for a second. I want to get there during the morning, so I want to kind of... Sorry about that. What happens is that there's... okay, I'll get there during the day. That works too. There's 3 screens of daytime, there's 1 screen of evening, there's 3 screens of night, and then there's 1 screen of morning. It repeats like this, and there's like a 7 days of the week schedule that it repeats on through the whole game. And each time you pass through a different pass from one map into another, if you're not passing to like a town, which would be if I was to go this way, I'd get to a town. But passing through towns does not change the time of day. But passing between one part of a route between towns and another will pass the day by a little bit. So that's worth keeping an eye out for, because some enemies only appear during the day and some enemies only appear at night. Some enemies actually, as we get later into the game, will only appear on certain days of the week. That won't be for quite some time, though. Take that! Ha! There we go. Okay. I'm just screwing around right now a little bit because, as you can see by the stats page, she's only 6 experience points to getting to level 2. That's a good idea. You want to get to around level 2 for this part, because the enemies will get tougher on the next little map that we're going to have to go to in between the town and our next destination after we go to Topple Village. So you'll want to kill off these Rabbites until you get to around level 2. They each give only 1 experience a piece. That's why I'm only saying get to level 2. we'll get to higher levels as we go along and we get to different routes. Level up! Now, the level up system in this game, from what I'm told, is something similar to other mana games. So, what you do is there are these different types that you can level up when you, well, level up. I'm specifically going to be choosing certain ones because what you want to do is there are these different classes that you can get when you level up. The classes are decided by what you level up, and once you level something up a certain number of times, or once you get a certain combination, you'll get a class change. Now, the most important part to remember about your class change is that you want to choose it before you level yourself up too much, because if you level yourself up too much in a certain stat, then you will change classes into something that you probably won't want. So you want to take care of figuring out what you want to do, what you want your character to do before you actually go ahead and level them up. Now, I've already decided exactly what Elaine is going to be. She's going to primarily be a sage type. I'm going to train her up to be a bishop, which means she's going to be a cleric, then a priestess, then a bishop. There's FAQs probably on game packs telling you the classes that you can choose for this, but I will say this: the hero is more influenced in the beginning in physically oriented job classes like the warrior or the monk or the thief, and the heroine is more towards magician and sage types because she's more focused on magic, and her game focuses a little bit more on magic than the hero's game. So, with that said, I'm going to level up Sage because I want to get my class changes as soon as possible, because the bonuses that they give are really worth getting as quickly as possible. So, you'll want to do that. So, now we're in Topple, and how am I doing on time here? Oh, we're at about 12 minutes into the narration, it looks like. So I can explore a little bit before we end this off, and then I can move on from there. I'm glitched into this guy. That's just great. What about? Whoa! Don't want that. Well, that sounds terrible. Yeah, really. Ah. Well, then I guess we're gonna have to get him out of there, huh? Yeah, really. It's like one end of the spectrum to another, right? Oh, Sib of the Sage, huh? I think we will go ask him. But, how do we get to Wendell? You're not gonna tell me, are you, Glitch Monkey? Okay. Well, we'll find out about Wendell a little bit later. Now, there's this guy up here next to this golden man statue, and he's saying something about selling a notebook. Well, if you try to exit the town, he'll pretty much run you down and stop you. This is Niccolo, the traveling merchant. We'll be seeing him pretty often in our travels. So, he's got just the thing that we need, apparently. Where will we be heading? Why do you care? Get out of my business. Yes, I have my reasons to deny you my personal life. This guy's gonna be a hassle. Okay, I'm heading off to find my mother. Ooh! Hellboy's notebook. Okay, what is it, like a diary or something? Oh. Okay. Well, if it has maps and stuff in it, that'll be useful. It can also record your friends, or as they say, if you use the communication feature of this game, they can record your amigos. But I've never really done any of that, so I wouldn't be the person to talk to about that. So he charges you 10 lucre for the Hellboy's notebook. And if you don't have 10 lucre at this point, he will just charge you however much lucre you have. If you have 0, then you're going to have to go get some money, or else he won't leave. So that's our first interaction with Niccolo. We'll be seeing more of him later, like I said. What do you have to say? Whoa, why were they sealed? Oh boy. Well, if we're going to Wendell, we're going to have to unseal those caves. Okay, so here's our golden mana statue. I'm going to pray to the mana goddess and save, and I'll be back next time to explore more of Topple.